Hello and happy Tuesday. My name is Wendy Lee, and you can find me at creativeleeyours.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the US. I'm very excited that you're joining me today in the studio for our paper crafting fun. Yay! So, if you're watching this video when it premieres, it is Tuesday, December 10th, and I'm live with you in the chat. So, please say hello. Let me know if you have any questions as we go along. I'd love for you to do that, right? And if you're watching on the replay, same thing. You can still say hello and let me know if you have any questions. I will go back and answer those as well. So, of course, lots and lots of things going on in the studio this week or this month. We have demonstrator pre-order going on right now. It's a great time to be a demonstrator. We get like first dibs, early access to items that are coming up in January. So we're pre-ordering that now, getting our hands on all those goodies, being able to play with them early and stocking up on our celebration rewards. We got it a whole month and a half before it was released to the public. So that will come out in January. So you'll be able to earn those as well. But if you want to get it early, join my Diamonds team. Happy to help you get started on that if you have any interest. Let's see, what else do we have? We have new designer series papers that were released. So they're older prints that were recolored and re-released in beautiful colors. And so those are out in our online store. You can get those. We are halfway through my holiday party, my online event, sort of an event. Anyway, so if you're on my email list, you'll get information on that. And Cultivated Creativity registration is going strong. We are featuring the Adorning Hearts Stamp and Die bundle with this month's kit, and you can see a sneak peek of projects that we're going to be making. And actually today's project I'm going to be sharing with you today is the bonus project. So I gift a project each and every month to each of my subscribers. And, we do things a little different. We include whatever the goodie is, if it's something with a goodie, right? We always include that in there as well. So I am going to share that with you today. Fast and easy project is what we've got today. So, but if you want to keep up to date with everything I've got going on, join my email list. Yes. I keep you up to date with all my events that I've got coming up so that you don't miss out. And I gift you a free tutorial bundle each and every month. Yes, a whole bundle of them. So you have fun crafting in the comfort of your own home with the supplies you've got, right? Use whatever you've got in your crafty stash to create. Yes. All right, let's go ahead and switch the camera over and get ready with today's crafty fun. All right, perfect. So today's project is going to feature the Hearts of Elegance stamp set. So this is one that you're going to find in our online exclusives. And I love it. It's all about love, right? Like, yes, there's Valentine's, but there's so much more in this one, in my opinion. And I love the font. I love the size of it. And then there's some really great complementary elements. And then there is a coordinating die set, which is amazing as well. Love all the textures in there. And the stitching detail, that's always one of my favorites. Now, on today's project, we're not using the dies. I just wanted you to see them because they are fantabulous. So what we are making is this adorable little box. So we're going to do a little bit of stamping, and then one of my favorite things is to create this little kind of a fun, it's our version of a wax seal without it being waxed. So one of the things we're doing with this month's Cultivated Creativity Kit is we are teaching different embossing techniques. So I thought this would be fun to bring an embossing technique to the giftable as well. Yay. So this is created using the gift bags combo pack. So there's actually two sizes of gift bags in there. So there's a larger one and then there's this smaller one. So we are using the smaller one and we're turning it into a bag box, right? Now I've already put my giftable inside here. I'm not going to show that to you too close because I want that to be a surprise for all my guests that participate in Cultivated Creativity this month, right? We don't want to give that all away. Okay, so let me grab my Simply Scored. So I have got a piece of Flirty Flamingo that is 6 3/8 by 4 7/8, and we're going to score all four sides at 1 1/2 inch. Super simple and easy. Let's make sure we're in camera so you can actually see it though, right? Making it easy. So the complete supply list and cut dimensions is already over on my website, creativeleeyours.com, so you can go and grab that. so you can get any details that you need. Now I'm going to go ahead and stamp this, and then I'm going to clip it, I think. So let's pull in our Flirty Flamingo ink pad, and then I'm going to stamp this background. Now, when I'm stamping a background, I like to stamp in what I call triangles, right? So I'm going to stamp one, I'm going to stamp a second one, and then I'm going to connect my triangle. Now, does it have to be equal distance on each side? No. But if I continue to stamp in triangles, I get a really nice print. So this looks like it was cut out of a larger piece of pattern paper. So I've got my two sides here, so let's put one there. Two sides there, let's put one there. And I'm just going to continue to work along this image, doing my stamping in my triangles. Makes sense? I hope it makes sense. Now I technically don't need to do these end tabs because they're going to be tucked under, right? So I'm pretty happy with that. Now you could go closer together if you wanted to. It depends on the look that you want to achieve with yours, right? All right, so let's bring in our chamois. We're going to just wipe off the excess ink on that because I am going to use this again to create that fun wax seal appearance, and then we'll just clean off our glass mat. Love this. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, so let's go ahead and clip our tabs here. So I'm going to go straight in on the ends, right along the score line. All right, and then I'm going to fold that center one in. I'm going to miter these two outer tabs because of the way I've chosen to do this. Okay. All right, let's repeat this on the other side. So I'm going to go straight in again on that score line. Let's fold that tab down. And clip that. So, yeah, I didn't need this one either, did I? It's okay. Not going to hurt anything to have a little extra stamping, right? All right, so before we put this together, because the last time I made one of these, I completely missed the step of burnishing each of the fold lines. It's actually super important when you're making a 3D or a box of any kind that you are scoring or you're burnishing these score lines because you want good, crisp folds, right? And you're not going to get that if you try to put it together without doing this. It's just not going to be as nice, right? And we want it to look really professional, right? All right, so I am going to adhere these tabs in, and that side tab's going to go on top. So let's go ahead and put our adhesive on there. We can use liquid glue. We can use tear and tape. I'm more of a tear and tape kind of gal, but I'm going to use liquid glue today. It does give you a little bit of wiggle room, which is nice. And I don't want to get too much glue, though, because I will be sticky. And I don't like being sticky. It makes me absolutely crazy. I don't know about you guys, but not my favorite to be sticky. Okay. So now I'm going to fold in these tabs. And so I'm going to take this right out to this outer edge. If we can see where I'm lining that up. Give that a good push. Okay. And then I can take this other side and do the same thing. I'm going to slide that right up against that cut edge there. Give that a good push. Okay, and then we'll repeat this on the other side. Now, you can let your ink dry, or you can let your glue, your adhesive, dry a little bit if you'd like to, so it's not as oozy. The nice thing about the multi-purpose liquid glue is that it does dry tacky. So even when it's dry, you can still adhere it together, which is a nice feature of it. All right, so now I have my nice, crisp, beautiful box top that we can slide right onto our package here, right? Let's just squeeze that in because it's soft. And now I have this adorable little giftable. But let's add our little medallion because I think that puts the finishing touch on it. So to create the medallion, I'm going to bring in a scrap piece of paper. Let's do that. And a circle that I have cut out using my Everyday Details dies. So let me grab those so you can see which ones I'm talking about. It's these right here. So I use the smallest circle. Now you could use a 1 3/8 circle punch if you happen to have one, right? That would work really well as well. So I'm just adhering that in place on top of my scrap paper because this is going to help me deal with what I'm doing here. Now, I want to build up multiple layers of embossing because I'm going to make this kind of, you know, like I said, I'm going to go for that wax seal look. So I'm using my Yucky Versamark pad, which is the one I use for different techniques, and hopefully it will stay stuck to this scrap paper. Doesn't look like it's going to. The whole point of putting it on the scrap paper was so that it would stick down and that I could do it this way. All right, so we've got that. And then we've got our gold embossing powder. Now, you can either dip this in, or I'm going to use a spoon and kind of sprinkle it over the top. And I want to fully cover that circle. Now, I'm not going to stress out and worry too much about getting rid of all the excess powder because of the technique I'm doing, right? So let's move these out of the way just so that we don't heat up our things that we need to stay moist. And let's go ahead and turn on our heat tool. So I am just going to melt this powder just like I would any other embossing, but I'm covering the whole circle. And I'm going to go ahead and heat up the embossing that's outside on my scrap paper as well, because I don't want it to stick to my ink pad when I come back in and do the next layer. All right, layer 1 is done. I'm going to repeat this 4 times actually. So let's go ahead and get this on here. And the juicier your ink pad, I think, the better your results. Okay. Get that off. Move those out of the way again. Let's come in with our heat tool. So you could start to see as you put your layers on, it's going to kind of look a little more fluid, right? Like the embossing powder is flowing a little bit because you're building up those layers, okay? And I got a really thick one on the last time, so that was great. So again, you do want your Versamark pad to be pretty juicy for this. And let's go ahead and strip off that. Okay, so this is round 3. We're going to do 4, I think I said. You could play with this and see what works best for you. Yeah, you can really see that that's really flowing now. And the hotter your heat tool, the faster this is going to work. Okay, so before I go on to my next step, let me go ahead and prime my stamp. So I'm going to get Versamark ink on my stamp. Okay, I'm going to set this aside because I'll need that in a minute. Because I want to go fairly quickly because I need it to still be warm. Okay, so I've added my Versamark ink to my image one last time. And I'm going to put on my generous amount of embossing powder right on that medallion there. And we'll shake off our excess again. And then one last heating. And we're almost done with the magic, right? Oh, lovely. Nice and thick. Super smooth. Okay, and now I want to take my floral image that has the Versamark ink on it. I'm going to push it down in, and I'm putting quite a bit of pressure on here. I'm pushing. Is it my biggest strength? No, but I'm pushing down really well. And then I'm going to lift that up, and you can see you've got your floral image right in the seal. Now, mine is not doing as much as I would like it to do. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go one more time. I'm going to do a 5th round, and I'm going to put more Versamark ink on there. Let's re-ink this again, just because I don't want it to stick into the powder. So that's why I'm putting the ink on that. Let's give this one more big round of powder. So I'm going to do 5 on this one. All right. The other ones I've done, I did with 4, but I might not, doing the video, you know, you're not as quick, right? Because you got to put stuff down. But you want to do this immediately after. And so see, it's gonna like erase what I'd stamped in there before because I've got so much of that embossing powder on there. All right, let's quickly get this stamped in there before it cools. And again, I'm pushing down, good pressure. And let's lift the stamp. Oh, I got a great one this time. Look at that. How amazing is that? I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Now I'm gonna let that cool for just a moment. Let's go ahead and get our stuff out of our way. All right, so while that's cooling for just a moment, I'm gonna go ahead and get out my gold twisted thread. So I want two lengths that are about 11-ish inches. So we're gonna guess, right? I rarely actually measure when I'm creating. I will typically do it after the fact for a tutorial though. All right, so I've got two pieces of this gold twisted thread. They're layered together and I'm gonna make a bow. So we're just gonna crisscross. One goes down in the hole and back out. I'm gonna pull that. Now I want these to be long loops because I'm gonna put it behind that little medallion that we just made. Our little embossed seal. Cute, 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 cute. And I like all my little uneven ends. So, all right, let's see if we can peel this off now. Yeah, it should come off real easily. Nice. I love it. It's super cool. I think it's super cool, right? I love it. All right. Now, if you do end up with any weird, like rough edges, you can just trim those away with your paper snips. And we'll just put some adhesive on the back. And we're going to grab that. So adorable. I love it. And then now this is going to go on the front of our box to seal it closed. All right. So it is messy on the back. You could always add a second circle and sandwich it between if you didn't want to, like if you only wanted to adhere this to the top lid, this would give you a way to have it pretty on the back for when the lid comes off. I am going all in and I'm going to put this down so that it actually closes my box for me. So have you guys played with this packing tape trick with the dimensionals yet? Do you like it, not like it? I haven't decided, right? Like the whole sheet is super sticky when you pull that back, which is the purpose of it, right? Is to expose the dimensionals without leaving all the papers everywhere. And it works fantastic, but I don't know if I love it, right? I don't know if it's my go-to. So now I've got my beautiful little giftable ready to put in my package. How fun, right? Now you could decorate this bag itself. We're actually doing a fun technique in our Cultivated Creativity projects this month using the larger bag as well. But, you know, you can, I wanted to show you, you can leave it super, you know, it's super cute plain and you just added a little decoration to it, or you could jazz it up and do all kinds of fun little things. So I hope that you will give this a try. And if you're not yet a Cultivated Creativity subscriber, I hope that you'll join us this month for our amazing project kit. All right. If you're enjoying the content I'm sharing, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to share the video with your crafty friends and invite them to come over and watch with us on Tuesdays. Have a little break and some paper crafting fun. All right, I will catch you all again next week, and bye for now.